What exactly is going to happen in Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi? It has been one of the best kept secrets in Hollywood, and I'm happy it has been. But with only a short time until the release date, let's speculate on what might be some of the major plot points of the movie. So I'm counting down from 5 to 1 some of the best predictions I've had or heard from others in the community. Moving into number 1 here, we have the first prediction video I made on the Force Within TV channel was about The Last Jedi and how I believed we needed a big twist in the movie similar to the I am your father moment in The Empire Strikes Back. And I thought a massive twist would be that Kylo Ren would kill Supreme Leader Snoke, but not in that Sith way of killing your master because you have become stronger than they are. Kylo would kill Snoke to stop him from killing Rey. And what if Luke had died at this point in the story, and now the two of them need to unite and work on a new path for Force users of the future? Let me know what you think about that one in the comments below. But moving on to number 2, we have Philip. He says, I think Luke might wind up revealing devastating powers in The Last Jedi. I like to imagine him facing the Knights of Ren and essentially wiping them out with some force power all at once, without even activating a lightsaber, or walking into Snoke's throne room and using some sort of force power that's akin to setting off a massive bomb to wipe out multiple opponents and as a show of force to a primary target, even if such a show of force is something Luke feels distasteful. But I don't think Luke will be the one to ultimately take out Snoke. I think that will fall to Kylo to do some sort of redemptive act to break Snoke's hold over him. I think the taming of Kylo is Rey's trial, and the defeat of Snoke will be Kylo's trial. Luke's lightsaber has to ignite in The Last Jedi. I'm totally with you here, Philip. I'd love to see him do some sort of, massive force power, but we have to see Luke using his lightsaber. That is like number 1 on my list for sure. Moving on to number 3, though, here we have longtime supporter of the channel, Turkland TV, shares an interesting theory about Kylo and Rey. He says, during a fight between Kylo and Rey, Kylo is able to gain the upper hand because of Rey's overconfidence. Before anything worse happens, Rey and Kylo are surrounded by stormtroopers and Rey has to put down her weapon. Kylo brings her to Snoke, who is then attempting to get Rey on his side. Of course, Ben is curious about this and he's wondering why Snoke is trying to seduce her to the dark side, but Snoke's response is only to silence Kylo. Ben leaves upset, angry, and with a certain amount of vindictiveness, and ultimately he leaves the First Order instantly with his ship while Snoke succeeded in seducing Rey. Ben finds a very concerned Luke, and of course they have to talk about the betrayal, but Kylo would simply say, I don't expect you to forgive me, but you want to get Rey out and I can help you with that. Yeah, that sounds so cool. I love it. It's different from just about anything else I've heard. Not that I've really been, following a lot of the lead up to The Last Jedi. So very cool. Great thoughts as always, Turkland TV. Number 4 here, we have Richard Clark sharing 2 quick predictions I think totally hit the mark. 2 of the new characters, DJ and Rose, will be way more amazing than anyone thought previously. Absolutely. I think DJ is going to be one of the big mysteries, kind of like Rey's parents and Snoke's, background. I think DJ is going to spin off a lot of YouTube videos. But moving on here, Richard also says, and finally, we will find out that the Star Wars fandom is way more creative than the people who work on the movies. The answers that we've been looking for about Rey and Snoke will probably be mostly answered, but people will be disappointed because Rey isn't a Kenobi or a Palpatine, and Snoke isn't Ezra or Mace Windu. The creators won't let us down, but we will see just how far-fetched some of our ideas have been. I totally agree about all this. I love coming up with predictions and videos, Richard, It's definitely my thing, but I think the Star Wars community does have a better imagination than a lot of the directors. There's just so many people and so many ideas. It would be cool if they sort of like crowdsourced a movie idea. That would be really cool, actually. But moving on to number 5 here. Now today I wanted to leave you with something a little different. The best Last Jedi prediction video I've come across. It was produced by Wayward Jedi. He puts a ton of time and effort into his videos. You guys should definitely head on over there and subscribe. In the video, he asked the question, what is Star Wars about? And he says, I think the answer is simply love. In this video, I make an argument for the popular Reylo theory, which has been around since at least the release of The Force Awakens, stating my case for why I think the sequel trilogy is a story of the two halves of the Force learning to love each other. I have it linked up in the description. Sorry, that would be down in the description or in the comments. I will probably have it linked up top as well, unless I forget. So, question of the day, guys. Let me know what your predictions are for The Last Jedi. I know this is a little different. Usually, this is the home of Star Wars Rebels, but I am so pumped for The Last Jedi. I had to do a couple Last Jedi videos. Might have some more Rebels/Last Jedi videos coming out later this week as well as next week. I'll try and roll in some other Rebels videos. I think there's quite a few people out there that are just trying to avoid the Last Jedi talk altogether and would probably enjoy some Star Wars Rebels videos. So as always, just a big thank you for all of those who have been commenting and supporting the channel. Really appreciate it. Things have been very busy on the home front with our little man starting to move around more and gain more consciousness. Definitely been some late nights trying to get these videos up. And use the Force within you to make the Star Wars community a better place. Share your thoughts and ideas and support those who do the same. And may the Force be with you.